Hello everyone, and welcome to your video on inequalities and what you need to know. Let's talk about what they look like. I've gone over this in class a little bit, but here is a refresher, just in case you don't remember some of this information from 6th grade. There are 4 symbols when you are working with inequalities. They include the less than symbol, the greater than symbol, as well as the less than or equal to symbol and the greater than or equal to symbol. So you've got 4 different symbols here that you need to be aware of when working with inequalities. How are inequalities used and what do they look like? First, when you see an inequality, you are looking at a range of answers, not just one when you solve an equation. That is the fundamental difference between an inequality and an equation. Inequalities have ranges and equations do not. Here's an example. The passenger airbag in my car turns on if someone who weighs at least 40 pounds sits in the passenger seat. If I wanted to express this as an inequality, and if I chose to use y as the variable to represent the passenger or the person, that inequality would be represented as y is greater than or equal to 40. This means the person, and I'm just using y as my variable to show this as an example, is greater than or equal to 40. This means that the airbag in my car turns on at 40 pounds or more. If the previous example had said more than 40 pounds, the inequality would change a little bit. Instead of y being greater than or equal to 40, it is simply y is greater than 40. This is because the being exactly 40 pounds would not turn the airbag on. So in the previous example, like I said, greater than or equal to 40 means that if you weighed 40 pounds exactly or more, then the airbag would deploy, or turn on, I should say. But if you needed to weigh more than 40, that means that exactly 40 pounds would still leave it off. Here's another example. Some trucks can tow a trailer. The size of the truck's engine determines the largest load it can haul. If the towing capacity on a truck is up to 2,500 pounds, you can express this as an inequality. Let's use T to show the weight of how much I can tow. In this example, T is less than or equal to 2,500 pounds. So anything up to and under that amount, the engine would be able to successfully haul. Anything over that, and it would not work. Inequalities are best used when you have a range of potential answers instead of just one. And here are a few more examples. I have $75 to spend on clothes. I want to buy at least 1 pair of pants and 2 shirts. If pants are $28 each and shirts are $21 each, how many extra pair of pants would I be able to buy? I'm going to use P to equal pants and S to equal shirts. My inequality is shown as 28, because I bought 1 pair, plus 21, plus 21. Now, the reason why I put in 21 twice is because I bought 2 shirts. Could I have went ahead and said just 28 plus 42? Absolutely. 28 plus 21 plus 21 plus S is less than or equal to 75. If I combine all of my terms, 70 plus S is less than or equal to 75. I subtract 70 from each side, just like I've shown you in class with equations. S is less than or equal to $5. That's not going to be enough, so my answer is I cannot buy any more shirts. Here's another inequality, but this is not a word problem. 7 minus x is greater than 5 4/10. I'm going to subtract 7 from both sides. That leaves me with negative x is greater than 1 6/10. Here's something about inequalities you need to know. If you are dividing a coefficient by a negative, and this is only with negatives, the sign will flip directions. So, because I divided this by -1, that was my coefficient, remember, of x. It's just like saying -1x. That's going to make my symbol change direction. So, it becomes x is less than or equal to 1 6/10. Here's another inequality example. Chris wants to buy some DVDs. Each DVD costs $15.99. Shipping is $9.99. Chris has no more than $100 to spend. Write an inequality that shows how many DVDs he can buy. Using D for DVDs, my inequality is expressed as 16 and 99/100, or if I want to just say money, $16.99 times D plus $9.99 is less than or equal to $100. First thing I'm going to do is eliminate my constant. That requires me to add a negative or subtract, so I'm taking away 9.99 from each side. That leaves me with $16.99 times D is less than or equal to $90.01. By dividing each side, because I'm trying to get the variable by itself, I come up with D is less than or equal to 5 29/100. Now, since you can't buy 29/100 of a DVD, I'm going to round down and my answer becomes 5 or fewer DVDs. My equation did not, or the inequality didn't say exactly how many I can buy or what is the maximum number I can buy. It said how many can I buy. So my answer could be 5 or less. So given that, that's why it becomes an inequality and not an equation. Ask in class if you have any questions. Thank you.